Welcome back to the Games Get Played Network. I'm your host, Wise. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Sean G and Sinatra. And we about to get
Yes,
into this
sir.
Miami versus Ole Miss preview. So look, man, everybody got their opinions, but at the end of the day, the games have to be played. And that statement, I think, is super true regarding both of these teams that's in this game. You know, pretty much everybody rolled Ole Miss off. They didn't think that they were going to beat Georgia, including the Ole Miss coaching staff, because 6 of those guys had already agreed and signed with LSU to leave and go with Kiffin. And now, they in a situation where they trying to figure out how much time Kiffin going to give them before he don't honor the contracts, because the portal window is open. He telling them they need to slide. It's rumors that they tampering with some of the kids that's on the team. But I'm like, how can you be tampering with a kid that you coaching?
Yep.
Like,
So they
he's
can't get
actually
nothing.
coaching them. I mean, what you mean is
Exactly. It
tampering?
ain't
Like,
taken.
he's still on the staff. But and then even on the other side of that, man. So, Ole Miss pulled off what people didn't think they could. And Miami fans felt like we were going to beat Ohio State. But the media and Vegas didn't believe it. I had Ohio State fans telling me, oh, we going to beat y'all ass by 20 points, 30 points. Miami lost to Louisville. Miami lost that. Listen, none of that didn't matter because both of y'all were playing now. Miami could have lost to Bethune-Cookman, but if they ended up in the playoffs and they in that same game that you in, you don't need to be looking at who they lost to thinking that means you're going to beat them. You can find ways to expose them, but just because they lost a game don't mean nothing. So the game's got to be played, and now we're here. So did y'all watch the Ole Miss and the Georgia game?
Yeah, I watched it
Yep.
from the beginning to the end.
Of course. Paid attention. I gotta pay attention to who we gotta go scouting. We gotta see what's gonna happen. We gotta see how this game gonna go. And that was one of the biggest games of the year. Plus, I
Amazing.
wanted to see who, if Georgia can beat them twice. It's hard to beat a team twice. If Georgia can pull it off twice, or Ole Miss was gonna pull it out and play for revenge.
Yeah, that was an amazing game, and y'all right. It seemed like it's hard to beat the team twice, even though in the first time Ole Miss, looked like they were supposed to win that one too. But yeah, they have key pieces on offense that did it for them, and then they playing with a lot of confidence, especially now that they beat the only team they lost to. So I'm preparing for them to come trying to throw a fight, but I feel like our team gonna hold down. But to what you were saying earlier, how you were saying all Ohio State fans talking about they were gonna blow us out and beat our ass. I felt the same way about us to them. Shit, we're gonna beat their ass. I thought we were supposed to blow them out.
At least 17 points the first half. At least that would have been either 21 or something. Fumble, Mark Fletcher fumble, and missed field goal. Right?
Yeah.
No, was it missed field goal?
They missed the field goal.
Beck took a sack when we was in field goal range.
Yeah.
I think that as far as with the Ole Miss Georgia game, so I watched it, and one of the biggest takeaway from the game is Georgia's pass rush was pretty much non-existent. For the last 3 years, Georgia has not had great or elite play off them edges. And the last time they had elite play off the edges, like just through and through, they had won a natty. And my biggest thing about it is when you look at that overall, it was like Chambliss was the difference. Like the first time when Trinidad played them, he was eating the whole first 3 quarters. Then when he got to the fourth quarter, I guess he ran out of gas because he was 1 of 10 for 1 yard, I think, the first time they played. That's not going to cut it. They had a 9-point lead on Georgia, I believe, in that first game, and they ended up not following through. But what you saw in this game, that boy was on a heater playing sandlot football, just back and forth, dodging blitzes, spin this way, run back. Now I'm hitting him downfield. So he was the difference. And that's how I saw that game. Chambliss was on fire still throughout the whole game, and he heated up even more when it got late, instead of running out of gas. That's kind of how I saw it play out to me.
Yep.
Yeah, I seen it the same way. Even Kirby Smart was saying how this kid was just, playing. He was the hardest player to stop. So it's like, bro, if you don't sack this man and you give him time to do what he was doing, like literally look like you playing backyard football, and he dumping it off, and it's like, bro, you can't. It's hard to beat that. So that's one thing we got to focus on to shut that extra stuff down. Which we played players like that this year, not to, his level of talent, but similar.
You know what? I mean, like I said, we play. I feel like because accuracy probably Castellanos is not as accurate probably as him, but I feel like all you have to do is just keep him in the pocket. Don't let him do all that twirling around shit. Just make him stay in the pocket. You don't even have to really sack him. Just collapse the pocket. Keep him inside that bubble and make him make the throws. We only got to rush 4. We don't have to blitz him. We let our players sit, man, and wait for him. And our 4 are gonna get there. They O-line is not that good. So if I feel like we just rush 4 and send a blitz here and there, we should be able to stop it or force them to play to one side. Send Keontae Scott and say, okay, we're going to take away this whole side. Now you got this side that you got to run away from and then throw it only on that side. I feel like that's what people not talking about, to where we can only rush forward to where, like, not Alabama, but Georgia had to send a blitz just to get pressure. And then they not even good enough to where they get the pressure to make the play. Yeah, you don't go with that don't get you that. Then you went to throwing shit to Brandon Ennis like the nigga ain't had 200 yards this whole season, bro. Why is you even putting him in the game plan, bro?
But they been Brandon Ennis been in their game plan though. See, that's the part that people, they didn't just insert Ennis into the game plan, bro. Ennis had 32 catches on the year.
He really had 27. He had 27, I thought.
No, he had 32 catches before the game started, bro. So he was in the game plan. He just wasn't, even though he had 32 catches, he was still only averaging 7.4 yards.
200. I know, 200 yards. I seen how much he had.
But towards the latter part of the year, he scored the key touchdown on 4th down versus Michigan and stuff. And to be honest, part of what they was discussing with Ennis is they was saying that, they knew he was a 5-star kid. Things hadn't panned out how he wanted it to. But they were saying that he was one of their best locker room players, and a lot of the staff,
he was the captain.
A lot of the staff and media was happy because even folks like Jeremiah was saying that Ennis had done went to the next level, and they was just waiting on him, to show it to the world. So it wasn't like they was trying to force him the ball. They was running the stuff that they normally run for him. And the key thing is a lot of them quick hitters they throw to Ennis. That's why his yards per catch is low, because he ain't really getting jiggy with it when he catching them. He catching them and getting tackled.
No yak, nigga.
Yeah, his yak is non-existent. He catching them balls and then he getting tackled. So he was always a part of their game plan, bro. He was truly their 3rd wide receiver.
No, he wasn't, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He wasn't their 3rd wide receiver. The 3rd wide receiver was the tight end, and they didn't go to him at all, really.
You saying that from a numbers perspective. I'm saying
tight end. Honestly, I'm saying
tight
that from
end
Ohio
was playing the whole time, though. I didn't say he was their 3rd option. He was their 3rd wide receiver.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is, like I said, I'm behind enemy lines, bro. I watch Ohio State shit. Brandon Ennis, they don't give a fuck about. They just throw him passes just to make him happy, bro. He was not part of nothing really special, bro. They
I didn't say he was part of anything special. I said he was their 3rd wide receiver, which is true.
I'm not saying
tight end is their starting tight end.
When I say that, I'm saying
he an integral part of they offense.
No, but why? But why? This is what I'm saying though. You do like OSU ran 2 tight end sets, so Brandon Ennis was barely on the field. They ran 2 tight end sets. That was their base set all year under Brian Hartline.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, bro. All right.
That's not their base set. Look, perfect example.
It was they base this year because Brian Hartline took over. This year it was, bro. They even talked about it.
When did they start running the 2 tight end set in the game versus Miami?
At the halftime.
Correct, right?
So that's when they gave it back to Hartline.
No. Ryan Day was calling the plays the whole time, bruh. They never gave it back to Heartline. What Ryan Day was trying to do wasn't working. So he made an adjustment. He called the plays the whole game, bruh.
But no, listen to what I'm saying, bro. The 2 tight end set, yes, that's Brian Day called it, but Heartline called it all year, bro. That was Heartline's game plan all year. I'm telling you, after this, go look at OSU stuff, bro. They ran 2 tight end sets the whole year like that, bro.
I'm not saying that they didn't run 2 tight end sets the whole year. What I'm telling you, or what I'm trying to explain to you, yes, they were running that, but Brandon Ennis played a lot of snaps, bruh. It wasn't like they only ran 2 tight end sets. They played a lot with trips.
I didn't say that. I said what? The 2 tight end set was a base set. That's what they always came out in. I never said they never ran three wide receivers, bro.
Well,
I never said that.
They always come out in 2 tight end sets. How Brandon Ennis got so many snaps then?
No,
if they always playing with 2 tight ends, they
literally just talked about the Indiana game, and they just talked about. Do you know one tight end had more snaps than all 3 of them put combined, bro? Like matter of fact, the 2 tight ends they was talking about it, bro. They was mad about because they said Heartline he tried so much not to show favoritism to the wide receivers. He ran a 2 tight end set the whole year just to say, oh, I'm not giving all my wide receivers all the plays, bro. This is what I'm seeing and hearing from the OSU podcasters, bro, that watch film on these niggas. They saying like that's why the wide receivers really wasn't really going off. It was the tight ends underneath going off too, because 400-500 yards to the tight ends and shit, bro. That's what I'm not saying Brandon Ennis wasn't a part of their game plan. He wasn't the captain and all this. I get it, bro. But it wasn't like that this year, bro. He got a lot of playing time running back, a punt return, kick return. Yeah, he got on the field, bro. But the offense,
we whooped their ass, so them niggas think it'll pass.
I mean, bro, you can't. So all I'm saying is if a nigga got, which so I only watched four slates of games for Ohio State, like to do the review and all of that. And in the shit that I watched, Ennis played a lot in all of them. But you can't have 32 catches and not be a part of something. Because to be honest, the 32 catches that he had, Ennis should have produced at least 320 yards, close to 400 yards anyway.
He should have had about 10 yards a pop there. Averaging, but he ain't got no yak. Boy, that boy sitting up white. So you feel me? That boy ain't like that.
I mean, they played the double tight end set, but a nigga can't have 32 catches on a year and not be a part of what you do. He's a third receiver for a reason, though.
But I ain't gonna lie to you.
32 catches sound about right for a third wide receiver. The tight end is completely different than the third wide receiver. They're not the same thing.
It's pretty decent for a third wide receiver, but he ain't got no yak, so he ain't looking like he's doing anything. So,
bruh, the tight end literally has 7 more catches, bruh. Tight end has 7 more catches, bruh. He has 300 more yards than this nigga.
Yeah, that's how ass Ennis is. That's what we all on the same page. Maybe it's I don't know,
bruh. This man has 36 catches.
Got way more yards than you. And
hey, bro, his second tight end, the second tight end, what his name, Kasmarek, bro, got 15 catches. He only has 50 yards less than this man with 20 less catches, bro.
Bro, what they trying to run screens with this nigga or something? That nigga is not getting no yards.
Oh, that's weird, bro. You got 15.
Who y'all talking about?
And his sorry ass. Matter of fact, I apologize for even staying on this shit that long.
So they run a.
I said I apologize for even staying on this sorry ass nigga for this long, bro. I apologize.
No, so they run a lot of quick hitting stuff to Ennis. So what they like to do is they run the quick hitter stuff to JJ here and there, but Ennis's bread and butter is those quick passes. And I think they do it, because they said he's. They want him to do good so bad, so they giving him opportunities. But,
they want him to do so good.
Why is that
nigga quick hitters?
Why that nigga got bread, no butter? Nigga talking about that's bread and butter. What the fuck? How was that bread and butter, nigga? Got bread with goddamn butter, nigga. It's crazy.
So as far as with the Miami and the Ohio State game, How did y'all? We'll start with Sinatra. How did you feel about what you were seeing? Just a quick rundown of what you seen when you was watching and some of your thoughts
We talk
after the fact.
we talk OSU.
Yeah, so we discussing the OSU Miami game, and I'm
Um,
asking you about some quick thoughts about what you saw and just some after the fact kind of stuff.
all right. Before the fact, I'll go before the game. Before the game, I wasn't nervous, but I just really want to see my boys perform at the highest level against the best team we played all year, no matter how sorry who they played. I just want to see us perform how we perform against the best team. So, like I said, me watching that game, I was just proud of my boys. They did exactly what they've been doing and showing consistency and showing that what's the most feared thing about this team is still the most feared thing about this team. It wasn't just, and when they play this team or when they play that team. No, this is the defending national champions, bro. Like who won last year to out physical and out coach them at that level, bro. I can't say nothing else, bro. That's why I was just in awe, bro. When people call me, they was like, "You ain't excited." I was still in shock that we still out coached Ohio State, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still out physical Ohio State. So that's basically it. There wasn't nothing else to talk about. We on to the next. Like,
Yeah. So my thing about it is the coaching, like as you saying, out coaching. Like the players, I feel like our players was better than theirs, like hands down, aside of one person. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one or two people, which is JJ. But other than
right,
that, like I feel like our defense came in there and did what we did and stood on business. And why, as you said one time before that, with Damari Brown not playing, their chances is for winning goes 50-50. If Damari Brown played, then it's a clear cut. We was gonna win, and it showed that you might have had a point on that because JJ was getting off. So other than that, I feel like we came in there and did what we did. We showed them who we were, and our defense stuck in there for the whole time and forced them to do things they never had to do. Like they played against an elite defense, and people ain't giving us enough credit for that. They want to start giving us credit when we beat the teams instead of giving us the credit before we beat them. And it's kind of like disrespectful. So moving forward, I feel like y'all got to put some respect on our name, bro. Straight up.
I'm gonna pick back off you right quick, Pat, bro. They not respecting us regardless, bro. The first thing I heard, soon as the game was over, oh, they just beat up on a young guy. He's young. Damn, what happened to the Heisman finalist? What happened to this nigga, the highest percentage ever in college history? All that shit still didn't matter, bro. Once we beat them, they still gave an excuse of why we beat them. And they still picking against us now, saying, oh, look what Chambliss did to Georgia defense. Like, we just ain't prove it game after game, bro. We just played the Marcel Reed.
They do that every time. You're right. Every time we win, they make an excuse for why we won and how we won. And it's like, come on, man. Can y'all just give us our credit? We lost two games on the season. Besides that, they was being doctors, dick riders through the whole season until them 2 games we lost. And then after that, they were like, oh, they lost SMU and Louisville. So they asked. But look, anybody can lose in this day and age, bro. Anybody, especially when you're playing against a team like SMU when they got our old coordinator. He might still know some things that we don't know that about
between the lines, yeah.
Like other than that, like come on, bro. Like stop playing. Like it's when it comes to us, they always disrespect us. When it's everybody else, they give them their flowers, show them their respect. And we got to prove it game after game, even all the way through to the championship. We got to make it home and win home, straight up. So they need to respect us now that we beat the defending champions.
But add to that. Now I think from here on out, though, we got to still keep winning. But from even when we go to next year, we are gonna get that benefit of the doubt. Like we was the 10th seed and doing what we doing now. So if we anything in that range, now I'm knowing they can trust Mario now. They can be like, this ain't the same old Mario. Like he know what to do if we put him in there. He ain't gonna make us look bad. So now I think we would get the benefit of doubt from this run alone. We should get the benefit of doubt next year if we anything close. If we lose a game or two.
So for me, man, just what I saw and stuff like that, I think one of my biggest takeaways from it all was it wasn't just about one game for me. I know, you know, we was playing one game, but there's plenty of recruiting battles that we had lost to Ohio State, even going all the way back to Rick and stuff like that. And my personal opinion is no matter what happens from here on out, Mario closed the gap with the rest of these teams that's been out recruiting us prior to him getting here. And even with him getting here, because, you know, the Georgias, the Ohio States and stuff like that, they still been getting the top classes. Even when we had that first class where I want to say 70% of that class is gone, right? The very first class that kind of didn't count, but it did count, you know, that first
Right.
one with all of that, bro, through all of that stuff, you know, prior to 2022, Miami had been getting smoked in recruiting, and I don't mean just numbers wise, because we had a couple of top 10 finishes, but you go all the way back to that 2006 class, that 2006 2007 class, however you want to put it, that '07 class, that Northwestern class that had Arthur Brown and all of them Northwestern Jets. Like, we as fans, we like, boy, this back then, like, what these boys about to bring to you back, yada yada yada. And pretty much the majority of it turned out to be cheeks. Obviously, Sean Spence was who he was, and on the back end, Streeter ended up being who he was, right? After he was able to kind of focus 1 year and, you know, made it to the league. But you skip through all of that, bro. We had been getting smoked. And Golden, I thought, did a good job with finding talent that wasn't highly rated, but they actually found really good football players when
Yeah.
Golden was here. But overall, when you are getting beat in recruiting for basically 15 years, like consistently, and within 4 years, you're able to flip that. And now you see that you have enough to compete with anybody. That's a massive turnaround in a 4-year span, especially when you inherit garbage. Like, the program was garbage when he got it. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I thought we had some guys over here. And then as we started actually getting real guys, I was like, yo, damn near everybody I thought we had that was good was garbage, except for Cam Kitchens, James Williams, and maybe 2 or 3 other players. The rest of them, cheeks. And you see what happened. Everybody got phased out. So I'm watching it and I'm like, these motherfuckers been recruiting at the highest level since they beat us in 03. Like, that changed the trajectory of their program, in my opinion, because Ohio State may have had one natty in the modern era before that. I don't even know if they had one in the because the modern era is 1980 on up. I don't think they had won a championship from 1980 to
No,
that
because
03.
remember, bro, we was highly favored in that game, bro. Them boys ain't had no niggas like that.
Hey,
It was
They
Marvin.
had
Who else they had?
guys. They just
It's,
didn't think
no,
that it was
they
enough.
know they did. They had a couple, but come on, bro. Like, we talking
Yeah.
about like the team wise. Like, yeah, they had
championship.
Gamble,
They
Claret.
had
They had a
Gamble, they had
couple.
Claret, they had wasn't Mike Doss there, and just different. They had guys, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Chris
like
Gamble,
they
Quarterback,
not. They went
they
stacked
no. The
like last
quarterback,
year.
no. The wide
Yeah.
receivers, no, because it was about Claret. He was a true freshman. It was about Claret, you know what I'm saying, and Gamble. But
Right.
I think that they went, think about where they went to, bro. They riding
They
high
shot
now,
up. Yeah.
and it changed everything for them, and it changed everything for us. And all I was thinking about is, bro, y'all had a 16-year, 17, whatever. No, that was 18. Y'all had 19 years to keep doing this. And we was in the pits of hell. And now it was clear that the only player that y'all have that is better than anybody on the field is somebody that we should have had. Outside of that, bro, Tate, Rikers Island, he didn't do anything. And the more and more we kept hitting that kid, the more and more he was folding. And in my opinion, he hurt his draft stock by about 15 slots, because
That nigga was the
they
first.
was
Yeah, he was the
talking.
first. First round.
They was talking like he was potentially gonna be fringe top 10, top 15. After that
crazy.
performance, and they seeing he ducking smoke and he don't want to get physical, I think he's gonna be 15 and beyond. I don't see anybody reaching to grab him because you didn't show, like how much you really wanted it, bro. Like it was a chance to continue to play for a natty on the line, and he folded. But nah, bro, it just showed me that we here, and no matter what happens with this, no matter what happens, Miami is gonna be here year after year after year, and the formula overall is going to be trench play, physicality from every position, and that's all I got.
I'm gonna add on to you because we could talk about it. Like you just said, the reason why I believe in what you're saying is, bro, this is sad to say. This is probably the worst skill position group we gonna have in a long time. These niggas sneak through, but just off of physicality. So this next year is gonna be physicality plus skill players. So you ain't just gonna have to worry about getting your ass beat up. You gonna have to worry about going up top on them. So you gonna have to get right. So I'm definitely believing what you putting down. And I know Mario is consistent, bro. Even if you win, bro, he won another one. And I'm not even worried about that, bro. So it's gonna get crazy.
This home for Mario, just like how it was for Manny Diaz, but Mario took it serious.
Nah, Mario this really home. Mario speaks Spanish. I don't know about Manny.
Mario speaks Spanish, and Manny was an FSU guy though.
Manny didn't want to go to FSU. His dad's was the mayor of Miami.
Yeah, but he was an FSU guy. He
went
was on
FSU.
the film staff or something at FSU or something like that.
That's how he started. Yeah, he started at the low ball.
Where he started at. But one thing I'll say, I'll agree with you, Sinatra. That's the difference. Like people don't realize, Malachi is a true freshman. He's gonna get bigger, faster, stronger, better. Marion, we just snatched up out of the portal. Somebody that BYU didn't even want for real, and we got him specifically because he had great speed and he was one of the best kick returners in the country. He's turned into a good piece for us at wide receiver. But if I'm being totally honest, it's what you're saying. Once you get super elite guys out there, even with CJ, I love CJ. I think that before CJ got hurt, he was leading us in receiving. He would have continued to probably have a great year. But even with somebody like that is a really good football player, started at Liberty, it didn't work out at LSU, but we knew, hey, that guy can come here and be a guy for us. You see what I'm saying? Tight end. This is the worst tight end room Miami has had in a while, just overall from a talent perspective. Who can help us now? I know a couple of the young guys may turn into something later, but when I tell you, you not really getting nothing out of the tight end on a regular basis and you still winning football games, when you look at that, we already lost 3 wide receivers to the transfer portal. We only got 6 on the roster. One of them, I think, he ain't even got no eligibility no more. Bruh, the way they pieced this together and didn't necessarily get elite skill position talent to do it, bruh, it's nowhere to go but up from here. All you got to do is just make sure that the quarterback position is maintained. And you probably going portal again, but Coleman has to pan out.
But guess what?
You got to hit on an evaluation. So far, they are 0 of 4 or 0 of 3 on quarterback evaluations out of high school. And eventually, you got to get one to hit. And if you don't hit on Coleman, the next transfer you take need to have 3 years left, because he only gonna play for 2. If you get a guy that got 2 years left, he only gonna play for 1 because he gonna ball out and go to the league. So for whatever reason, if the young stuff don't work, the next portal guy you take has to have 3 years of eligibility just to bring some, some stability to the room. But go ahead.
What you gonna say, Pat? You gonna say something?
Oh, no, I said it right. I was agreeing because as y'all was saying earlier, the skill group that we have now, like you said, they're not super elite, but I got to give credit to the coaching as well for putting this in these guys' head to feel like, all right, shit, we better than the next team though. We better than the people who guarding us. And now when we do get those recruits, like y'all saying, bro, it's gonna be hell, bro. This shit, 2002, 2003 shit, bro. Fucked our fucking whole recruiting shit up. They fucked up the U because I'm gonna say this again. We didn't lose that game. The referees cheated. I'm gonna move on from that. But yeah, as y'all was saying, once we get these elite recruits, bro, college football is gonna be the U football.
And why also to add on what you were saying when the quarterback, once we go get the top niggas, you don't have to. Well, let me say stop. I mean, once you get the top kids, I don't want to say niggas. Once you get the top kids, right? Once you get the top kids, your quarterback don't have to be elite no more. So that's what I'm saying. Like once you start, we need Beck because our offense not like that. We need somebody that's gonna manage the game and make the right choices. When you got elite, sometimes the right choices, the bad choices that you make is really a right choice. Because tell me throwing it to JJ with two people on them ain't a right choice. It's a bad decision, but in reality, it's a right choice because you have the talent. So that's what I'm saying. Even when we get the talent, you don't even need I would want a top-notch quarterback, but I just feel like you just need above average. Like you just need a dude that's just gonna do what you need to do. You don't need nobody elite at quarterback.
But
it's Bama from early on. Like
right.
Yeah, from early on. They had the best running backs. They had some of the best wide receivers, even though the
best
O-line,
the best defense,
the best O-line, best defense.
Yeah,
no, quarterback is good enough. Don't do nothing crazy. Win us the game. Don't lose us the game.
That's it, bro. And that's it. And that's what I'm saying, bro.
There's a but to that. But if you have a player like Cam Ward, the fans don't want no mediocre quarterback no more, bro. And Beck,
the fans.
But hold on, but wait.
The fans care about winning more than they
I was just
about
gonna say that, bro.
No.
If we win this year,
true. But what I'm saying is, if you have a mediocre quarterback, like y'all saying, just throw the ball up to the nigga at the same time, bro. You in the back of your head, I won't trust in my quarterback too, not just the talent that we got out on the field. So
no,
you care more about winning, but I'm just saying that in general, we still want to go look for those elite quarterbacks, even though y'all are right.
We not running from that. We not going to try to get the elite people. Nah, I ain't saying no shit like that. No, we need to try to get the elite. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is when you build a team the right way, you can have AJ Jones.
Oh yeah, most
as your quarterback. You feel me? You can have what's his name? Parker Wilson as your quarterback. When you build a team this way, huh? That ain't his name. That ain't his name. I'm tripping. Like when Bama, I say they had quarterbacks that ain't even like that, bro. But the team gonna play like it's like that. They gonna build up instead of, huh?
You mean
no? He talking about when they was winning. He talking about the AJ McCarron days.
AJ McCarron, not AJ Jones. AJ McCarron days. Yeah, they ain't had it, but they had elite. They had elite people around them. So
yeah.
Put it this way,
even McElroy, honestly, even Greg
right. How I'm saying is like how you go get a quarterback. You know how you get a quarterback that make your team better?
Oh yeah.
How Alabama was winning? They had players that made their quarterback better.
Yeah, most definitely. Because one factor is we have a product of this guy is Nick Saban, bro. He knew what he was doing, and we got Mario, and I think Mario kind of like what I'm saying, trying to coast in the same way, and he's doing it. He's shown us that he's been elite at
Mario. Hey, Mario cheated.
How?
He's seen it the Saban way, and he's seen it the Saban way, and he's seen it our way, and he's blending it. He's blending his style with Saban, and because he grew off of Saban, but in reality, he was already a national champion already. So he just needs to get the coaching shit. He already know what kind of teammates and players that you would need to succeed because he wasn't highly recruited. A lot of people wasn't highly recruited on them teams that was back then. Them niggas was just dogs, bro.
Yeah.
So he knew it from that aspect, and then he knew even if I got the best players, I want my dogs to work like how we worked when we wasn't the people that people thought we was. So that's why I say he cheating because he got the best of both worlds. He's seen from the talent standpoint to where we ain't got the best talent, but we became the best talent, and he's seen Nick Saban saying, "Hey, I got the best talent, but we still got to make them work like they ain't got no talent."
Right.
And I just heard some. I think Pete said this. Before any recruit commit or come to the transfer portal, he make you watch a practice and ask you sure you want to be part of this? Bro, that's some crazy shit. I understand it though. you gotta see what you coming into. I don't know how you are mentally, bro. For him to say before you commit, you gotta watch a practice, bro. That's elite to me, bro. That's a hell of a vetting move, bro. You risking everything. Dude say I want to commit, but you're gonna say, nah, don't commit. Watch this practice first and see if you like it. That's a hell of a like move, bro. Like I said, I ain't got nothing but respect for Mario.
Oh, let's move on though, man. Let's touch on Ole Miss. I'm gonna run their stats down. So Ole Miss comes in at 13-1. They just beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. They come in averaging 37.6 points per game. That's good for number 10 in the nation. And their offense overall is one of the best in the nation. They come in basically averaging 500 yards of offense. It's 496, but 500 yards, 180 rushing yards, 315 passing yards, and the offense is explosive. So obviously you got Chambliss, and I ask y'all. I'll start with you, Sean. How do you feel about the skill players and stuff that Ole Miss has on offense?
Well, I have only one really. I feel good about Chambliss and his skill set. I feel like if Chambliss is taken out of the equation, then nothing else is gonna work. Like they got Lacey, cool, whatever, but I don't feel like they're to that level. If they can't, I don't feel like if they had somebody else at quarterback, I don't feel they will do as well, because I feel like Chambliss give them the extra time to get open for receivers and for a running back. You give him the ball, he can ball out from that, whatever. If our defensive line is not doing a job. Other than that, Lacey is contained. Their receivers gonna get clamped because of our DBs. I feel like our DBs is better than their skilled receivers. So if Chambliss is contained, keep him from running around, then it's gonna be a win for us as long as we can score on offense.
What about you, Sinatra? How you feel about about Ole Miss skill guys overall?
They got some players, like I said, Stribling is definitely underrated for sure. Stribling is definitely underrated. I like them since last year. I hadn't forgot all about him actually, but yeah, I like Stribling. Like I said, Lacey 23 touchdowns is ridiculous. Yeah, 6 of them came against scrubs, but that's still, you take away 6, that's 17. That ain't nothing to just be like, oh, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's sorry. So I feel, but he coming in banged up, and I trust our guys to get him more banged up. So that won't be a problem, man. And once you start that game, I think a lot of people gonna see that skill position don't really matter, bro, if you can't take care of the trenches, because you can't do nothing with the skill players if the trenches is not adding up. And our trenches is very consistent enough to throw off your skill positions. You have some trenches like a Texas A&M to where they good at one skill set, getting at the quarterback. But our trenches is getting after the quarterback, and we're top 5 in the run defense. So it's not just, if we run the ball at them, we can set up the pass. No, you can't do neither. So I feel like they got good skill positions. If you keep Chambliss in the pocket, do not let him get outside that pocket and look like Steph Curry from half court, bro. And we got him. That's it. It's as simple as that. Keep him in the pocket and make him trust his arm. Yes, he can throw. He's accurate, but I would take you throwing the check down for 5 yards. We made the tackle every time, because Chambliss is the quarterback. He's gonna get greedy. He's not just gonna sit there and take the check down every time. He's gonna get greedy. And once he get greedy, that's when you bite him, bro. So that's how I feel about that with the offense.
Yeah, I feel
So
like
for me,
it's the only one.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I feel like Chambliss is the biggest issue that we're facing. Without him, they offense can't go. And like I said, even if they plugged in another quarterback, it's not gonna work. So if we can contain him, it's all good.
Trinidad Chambliss, 66% completion percentage on the year, 3,660 yards, 21 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Right.
Best QB in the draft.
All overall. he has 2 games where he had his lowest completion percentage games, ironically enough, are against Georgia the first time, where he completed 52% of his passes, and when he played Oklahoma, he completed 4% of his passes.
54?
So
You said 54?
yeah, so 54% against Oklahoma
Wow.
and 52% against Georgia. So they obviously beat Oklahoma in that game, and he threw for 315, but with that, and I watched, some of the film on that.
High production.
That's low. That's
Yeah.
low. Even with Georgia, we know he folded or he ran out of gas, however you want to put it, in that first
Right.
game. So those were the 2 better defensive teams he played all year. And he was able to correct it against Georgia this time. So for me, I'm looking at, okay, these the 2, because we know, you had a defense now. Them boys was biting. So just looking at the best 2 defensive teams he played, those were he still had numbers in both of those games, but statistically speaking, from a completion percentage standpoint, it didn't necessarily go the way that they wanted it to go. But moving on, they obviously got Lacey. Lacey's
Yeah.
dangerous. Man got 23 touchdowns on the year, averaging 5 yards a pop, 1,400 rushing yards. He's explosive. He's dynamic. He's a weapon. My only, I guess, knock on him would be, one, he is playing banged up, and that shoulder, he could barely lift it up after the game. We got dogs. We got hitters. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we got real dogs. We got people that's laying their body on the line. So I'm going to tell you right now that I think it's the left shoulder, whatever shoulder it is, the kid better be ready to go to war, because we out there head hunting. I'm going to just
Yeah.
leave it at that.
What
As far what go ahead.
I was gonna say, I said this is my main point. It ain't even Chambliss, them as an offense. Even when he have a bad game, this is how they offense is. You have to stop the big plays. They can go, it's like Oklahoma. They can go 3 drives without doing nothing because they can't drive down the field on you. That's not the kind of offense they got. They need big plays, bro. They need plays in chunks. If you stop the plays in chunks, they cannot drive at all, bro. That's not their game plan. They gotta have a bomb. They gotta have, like, even you saw it last night, bro. It was 3rd and 3. They just took a shot, bro. When they knowing there was nothing else to do, they just took a shot and hit on the dribbling bomb. They cannot move the ball just play by play. That's not who they are. So that's why I say I'm not even really typically worried about Ole Miss offense. Is just Chambliss to where I'm just scared of him making the big play when he get out of pocket. Because if you stop that, it's over.
So I'm gonna say this, then I guess you go to the next part. But I'm confident in our defense that we played all year. We played for the most part disciplined to keep a lot of
Right.
the big plays from happening, though. So even with
Yeah.
last game we played with against Ohio State, where JJ got those big plays off, whatever, and he did his thing, whatever. But I feel like those were rare moments for our defense to be giving up that stuff like that. So I feel like we'll play more. We'll continue to play discipline even against
Right.
Ole Miss. And just got to keep this guy from running around playing backyard football. Keep his ass in that pocket.
So this is what I'll say. This is the best wide receiver core Miami has faced all year by far. It's not even close. And I thought that prior to the Ohio State game, because I kept saying duo. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but I kept saying that was the best wide receiver duo. This is the best wide receiver core Miami has
Core
played all
trio.
year.
Yeah,
It's
for
bruh,
sure.
they have. So not only do they have Wallace with 894, 15 yards a catch, Stribling 734, 14.7 a catch, Deuce Alexander with 677, 16 yards a catch, Caden Lee 586, 15 yards a catch, and then obviously the tight end Daquan Wright at 16 yards per catch. So I said all of that to say I don't remember the last time Miami has faced a team that has 4 wide receivers with at least 500 yards that's snagging everybody getting 15 a catch. Like, but
Everybody, bro.
because they do, because of the big plays. But my point is, it's not two guys you can key in on plus the tight end. And this is why we need as many DBs, healthy DBs available to play, because Jabari Antoine is about to have a lot of reps, dog. No matter if Damari plays or not, or if OJ plays, they got 4 guys that they gonna rotate in and out at receiver, and 3 of them are big play down the field, take shot guys, and then the other one, he gets his because he's crafty as hell. The white boy,
Then Lacey out the backfield. That shit is like
correct.
this. So, but this is why I counter that wise to say that's why I'm glad they not physical, because now we can just rush for and play coverage. I trust my 4 to stop the run or the pass without needing the blitz. So now we can put a lot more in coverage to cover that. You get what I'm saying? Like for sure, we can do a lot more in coverage. And they ain't got no JJ. No matter how less they ain't got no JJ, bro.
So, and that's the thing also that stands out. You don't have a Jeremiah. So there's not one person in particular that you're going to double. All you're going to do is make sure that you have some help depending on whatever you think they scheme.
The side of the field, the bracket.
The side of the field, but ain't nobody being double. You're just going to make sure that there's help. So, but this is the best offense Miami has seen all year. Like I said, 500 yards a game, 37 points. That's just what it is. I think where it's going to look a little different is in the trenches, man. They're not going to be able to handle what's going on in them trenches. But, we'll move off of their offense and go to Miami's offense real quick. So at the end of the day, people talk trash about Miami, right? They said all of this stuff, and it really didn't matter. Honestly, we knew that the A&M game was an anomaly, but here we go. We'll go ahead and cover it. Miami comes in at 12-2. They just beat Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. They're averaging 32 points per game. And just overall, offensively, I would say Miami is the most balanced team that's left in the playoffs. I guess some people would say Indiana too, so I could see that, but definitely over Oregon and Ole Miss, because Ole Miss does have a good run game overall. They like to toss it around a lot. We obviously will lean on you, do what we got to do. So 400 yards per game. Beck, 75% completion percentage. He got 3,300 yards, 27 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Fletcher is at 947 now, so he's right there. He'll end up clipping 1,000 on the season. But we know who we got, man. We ain't got to run down the whole thing. Malley is over 1,000 receiving for the year, and just in general, matchup wise, on offense, I expect us to have one of our best running days of the year. Ole Miss defense gives up 150 rushing yards a game at 5 yards a pop. And Ohio State was only giving up like 85. And we ran for 160 on them. And Ohio State was extremely physical. Whether if it was Downs in the box or Sonny Styles or whoever, Ole Miss ain't got that. I truly expect us to run for 200 plus on Ole Miss, and I expect for Fletcher, I expect for Marty Brown, I expect Pringle. You might even see Jordan Lyle get in that bitch.
Hey, why? I ain't gonna lie. This a Pringle game, bro. Not because like anything else other than like the past 2 weeks has been a physical, and like I don't want to say Texas A&M played the run better, but they're physical. There was a more physical team, and especially Ohio State. I already knew why Pringle wasn't getting more snaps. So no matter what, he talking about Mark Fletcher hot. I don't care about it. Pringle wasn't getting that many snaps because they didn't want that boy to get folded up.
I agree.
So playing against Ole Miss, but Pringle should definitely have a 40-yard run. I'm talking about gassed. He definitely should have that, bro. So I feel like the 1-2 punch gonna come back this game for sure with the running. Just like you said, bro, they average 150. Or if it was me, which I don't know why niggas don't trust Beck, but if it was me, I'm stacking the box and telling Beck, nigga, you got to make every throw to show me who you are, bro. I'm not letting you get no running off on me because if we get the running established, Ole Miss
Game
gonna be
over.
in. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it's
If we
game
get
over.
that established, it's over, bro. Because, bro, we gonna chew the clock. First of all, the first possession gonna go for 8 minutes, and we gonna get a tutty because you can't stop nobody. So we gonna take eight minutes off. I ain't going for no field goal. We gonna score, and then you telling me you got to go score on our defense, bro? Chambliss gonna throw a pick just off of, we'll get a defense later, but he gonna throw a pick just off being pressed, bro. But our offense should have a great day. And I ain't talking about putting up 35 points type of great day. Like that don't have to be a great. I'm talking about 24 points early because that 24 points against Ohio State was kind of balloon. We scored last, they let us go and all that. No, I'm talking about 24 straight up points on their ass. Like, yeah, we got y'all in the hole.
I mean, so this is what I'll say real quick too, because I'm actually about to switch over to Ole Miss's defense anyway.
Right.
So the boys giving up 21 points per game, which is not crazy because that's 29th in the country, right? Just from a points per game perspective, that's 29th. But
It's kind of good. It's kind of good.
I think where they run into the problem at though is it's how it happens. When you giving up 150 yards on the ground, dog, to a team that has no problem just leaning on you, that's a problem. Like 150 on the ground is crazy. So, and they was able to hold Georgia to 120 something. But I'm telling you right now, the game plan is gonna be there's not a running back that we won't be able to play against Ole Miss. Pringle can get his, Marty can get his, Fletcher can get his, and what's gonna end up happening, honestly, is once they have to really commit more to stop the run, then shit going over the top. And I'm gonna be honest, by the middle third, the game is probably gonna be over. And I don't even necessarily mean in a blowout, but I don't think they're gonna be able to stop Miami. So
Yeah.
you getting it and you having these long drives. So let's say Miami gets it, have a long drive. Let's say Ole Miss score 2. Miami get it, have another long drive. Rather if they score or not. Ole Miss only getting the ball like one more time before the half.
Yep.
Now it's like what you said. If they get down by 10, now you pressing because we only gonna get the ball maybe 2 more times. Like I gotta get these. I don't know what the defense gonna do, but I gotta get these. And at the end of the day, Ole Miss don't have enough in the trenches. I watched the UGA game. I watched some of their other games. It's not enough. I get they got TJ Dudley at linebacker. They got Perkins. I like Perkins. I really like Perkins. Number 4. They got Wyatt Williams at safety.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like William Eccles. And then also, which I think you said that he might be hurt, but Xavier Harris at
Yeah.
defensive tackle. And then the only other guy that I would even highlight on their team, period, on defense is number 1. Right? He got 8 sacks. Prince Will. I'm not gonna mess his name up, but
Oh,
you know,
yeah, he's still over. He's still over there. I thought he went to the
yeah,
draft. Yeah, fool
he
had a way better season last year. Like fool
be
was
flying
really,
off the edge.
yeah. Well, I
8
like
sacks,
fool. I like
12
fool.
tackles for loss,
Yeah, I
and
like
stuff
him.
like that. The one thing I will say about Ole Miss, they do have a lot of guys that got tackles for loss. They love living in the backfield. They're going to try to be aggressive with their speed. But for me, you're not going to be able to get off some of these blocks. When I tell you Cooper, Maui Noah, I was happy to see Pancake start and
Pancake
he
had the
balled out.
best grade, bruh. At the O
Yes,
line, this is
he
crazy.
balled out.
This is
Brockenmeyer,
crazy.
Brockenmeyer just probably played his best game of the season with how he was able to win enough battles against
Yeah,
McDonald.
I'm glad you said that.
Right,
Enough battle. It's
McDonald,
enough battles.
enough
Yeah,
of
because
them.
yeah, that was
When you
you
playing
right.
against a great player, you ain't gonna beat them every time, bro. You just not. And McDonald won some, and Brockenmeyer won some, and the fact that he never got destroyed over and over, I said, "Oh nah, that boy earning that money, boy, like for
Yeah,
real." So it's nothing that Ole Miss can do. It's if Ole Miss wins this game, it is gonna be because Chambliss has a Heisman type performance. That is the
right.
only way. Your
He
defense
gonna have
ain't
to.
gonna do it.
He gonna have to do what he just did against UGA times two, because, like I said,
Yep.
you ain't gonna be able to. If
Oh, man.
we had Julian Sand running for his life, nigga, the first play. If we got Chambliss running for his life, the first play by the fourth quarter, he's gonna break down. Has nothing to do with how good he is. That's why I said with the UGA, he did his thing the first 3 quarters. He was still good against UGA. It's just something for that, bro. It's gonna take its toll on you, bro. You're not gonna be able to do it all game against a good team. That's just not how this football sports work, bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
And
bro.
And
With
go ahead.
with Chambliss, I think what's gonna be key for me is Heatherman is about to have that young man in hell because UGA's pass rush is dog shit. And
flow.
they were still able to get back there and
Mhm.
affect him. They didn't impact the throws because he moved around and got away.
Right.
But if
You ain't
they
gonna do
can
that
get
on
to
Mezzi
you,
and Bain coming.
if they get into you, you finna be in hell. Like, bruh, and then in pass protection, when I tell you the way Wesley had blew up Bo Jackson on that play, if we call something like that again and you got
Oh,
Lacey right there,
Lacey
that might
Lacey gonna
take
get
him
ran
out.
over.
ran
Yeah.
Bro,
through.
that might be the one to be like, and he get to the sideline like, damn, bro, my shoulder. Because when I tell you we running through everything, nah,
And this
bro, it's
Wise, and this Wesley we just said that about. So if he doing it, just imagine the rest of the team, because he
But
don't do it.
but yeah, that
Wesley,
because he
sorry,
ran
that
through.
was
Remember,
Wesley.
he
that was
ran
a top three
through him
Wesley
last
play of his
game. Ran through
career,
Bo
by the way.
Jackson.
Hell, what? Nah, bro. That had to been damn near number one. What else has he done that's impacted a game in that sense? Remember, we was up 17-14. That sack made them punt the ball, bro, and get us the ball to have that 5-minute drive. That's the
But
biggest play of his
Yeah, nah,
career.
yeah, but he showed up though. But
yeah,
but the
That's the
thing is,
but
biggest play of his career.
hey, but the thing
it's
is though,
nothing when you start talking about the guy that should have won the Thorpe Award. When you start talking about Jacoby Thomas, when you start, we didn't even see Bryce as much
yeah,
last game as far as like in the frames.
yeah,
When
just
you
yeah.
start talking about Bryce, the amount of guys they got at receiver, we're gonna need every DB we
Oh
got.
yeah, Bryce playing
And
this week.
if he take chances against Bryce,
Even if he
You know
won,
what time it
boy, it's
is.
gonna be a rough day for Chambliss, boy. Y'all know how
Bryce don't even
Bryce is
start,
the
bro.
rangiest thing. Bryce is the rangiest thing we got. If he take too many chances, if he under duress and he slightly overthrow one of them balls because Lightfoot or Bain or Mezzi
All
got him
hawk,
running for his life, that's
all
it, boy.
hawk.
Like it's gonna get dark.
Yeah.
That
Hey, I want to
500
say,
yards a game, that 37 points a game, bro. No,
I want
it's
to,
not happening.
I want to give a quick shout out because a lot of people don't talk about this shit. And he came in reclassified too, bro. What
Moton.
Armando Blunt has done the past 4-5 games, man, is crazy, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's
But
crazy, bro. At his size, bro, he not even like crazy big, bro. Like playing D tackle, what he has done, bro, is really remarkable, bro. It's crazy, bro.
yeah, but
Because he was taking Justin Scott snaps. Like if you ain't peep, Justin Scott ain't coming to that game yesterday until Moulton got hurt.
hey, yeah, Moten did. Is Moten straight
Yeah,
though?
Moulton got
Hopefully
hurt.
Moten
He's
straight,
straight.
but
No, he's
okay,
straight. He playing. He's straight.
but
It was an ankle. Oh, hold on, because you know I be on the net. You ain't seen the clip, bro. When after the
Yeah,
game.
with him and Mario.
That
I ain't
nigga
sure.
really said, "Fuck that angle, we won." I said, "Oh shit, this shit crazy different, bro." But like I also said, I gotta commend Mario because 5 games like that after SMU game, that's who he became, bro. He wasn't this kind of person coaching before then. Like he gotta embrace, like it's okay to have fun while you in the trenches, bro. It's okay. He was just always always angry or always like serious. And it's like, bro, you gotta take some type of joy out of this, bro. You work so hard, you gotta enjoy it, bro. You can't just keep instilling. And that's what he said. He changed the approach at the SMU game to we didn't discipline or kill them. We gave them love. We gave them support. We told them like, y'all, all these niggas, like, stop it, bro.
Hey,
but yeah, he may not have said those exact words, but them boys came and showed them boys highlights tapes, bro.
Motherfuckers be saying nigga like a motherfucker. So
hey, you never know. You feel me?
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, but for real though, like just to go back a little bit what we were saying earlier when y'all talking about Ole Miss in general, I feel like they're the same team that we were last year in a sense when we had Campbell. We didn't have no really amazing defense, except for their defense might be a tad bit better than last year. Our defense last year could be, but other than that, they us last year they just got in the playoffs.
Remember, they had 21 points. Wise, it's very misleading, right? Because they held Citadel to 0. They held Tulane to 10 and Georgia State to 7, right, bro? They let Kentucky score 23. They let Arkansas score 35. They let Washington State score 21. They let Georgia score 43. They let Oklahoma with barely offense score 26. Bruh, it's really Florida 24 points. Mississippi State 19. Bro, their defense is literally us last year, like you said. They just made a couple of more plays than our defense, but in reality, bro, when they play anything with a half a post, they let them put up over 24 points, bro.
I'm confident in our offense gonna have a amazing day.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know how they're gonna do it or what they're gonna work off of, but I know our offense should be okay, bro. Like I've seen our offense against not good defenses. We seen it. Pitt, all these teams, nigga, we scorched them, bro.
So Pitt was up. Pitt was up 7-3 in that game, by the way, and they didn't score again. But I think one of the things, and I was gonna wait until later to do it, but you kind of cracked it out, so we'll go with it. Yeah, I was just talking about Ole Miss's defense on the surface because when you really take a look at it, they played 2 cupcake games, and then they also played 2 other really sorry teams. So that's where I was going with that. Yeah, you only giving up 21 a game because you played Citadel and Georgia State, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you only did that because you skunked them, and then you played 2 other really bad teams.
Tulane,
like I said,
played Tulane twice.
Yep, anybody with a pulse, though, they was basically giving up 24 or more. They gave up 21, I think, to Wazoo, but anybody with a pulse, 24 or more, outside of basically Mississippi State really didn't have a pulse. So
that's all I'm saying. It's crazy.
All of that to say, when the games really matter, you're giving up damn near 30.
When the games really matter,
look at it, you giving up damn near 30 a game. Hey, stop playing with my guys, and I'm gonna tell you like this: Lacey, Stribling, Wallace, Deuce, Lee, Wright, don't matter, boy. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a full swivel, because I'm telling you right now. And also, Deuce Alexander. If y'all coming in this game thinking that, we just beat Georgia, y'all listen, Georgia defense ain't shit compared to Miami. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We got dogs up front and we got legitimate headhunters.
Brotherhood, it's a testament to our culture. We play for each other. We never play for ourselves. And that's our brothers. I die for my brothers, and I know they'll die for me. So that's how we play on the field, and that's how we go out.
So that's the mindset that you bring into a game that could evolve as another defensive struggle on Wednesday night.
Yeah. That's how we go into every game. I die for my brothers. That's my mentality every game. I'm out there to kill for my brothers. So, yeah.
He say we kill for each other out here, boy. Like we willing to put it on the line. Mm-hmm. He say, because I'm out here because I got to kill for my brothers because you might try to kill my brother. So I'm going to lay you out.
But that nigga was talking that shit, bro.
The way
he was talking that shit.
That's some mature grown man talk right there.
The way Jacoby talk, the way Scott plays, bruh, it can get real dark. So I said all of that to say I hope everybody come out of this thing in one piece and healthy. But I wouldn't be surprised if we pretty much make a couple of they guys quit. And by quit, I mean at the Carnell Tate quit when we played Ohio State. You feel what I'm saying? That's a first round draft pick. Even on defense, I don't know if y'all noticed, but after we got that first down and they handed it off to Marty, half of the D line was still playing. The linebackers,
I don't
the
know. Number
ones that
28.
decided the
Yeah, I
26,
know you're talking about. Yes.
he decided to let him score.
Yep.
And
I
to
saw it, yeah.
me, that was like clearly y'all ain't on the same page because the D line fired off, they got worked, and the linebacker was like, "Man, I'm gonna just let him score." So maybe he had the green dot. No, Sonny Styles would have had the green dot.
Yeah,
I don't
Sonny
know,
Styles.
but they wasn't on the same page. My whole point is we took the life out of them boys, and it ain't gonna take 58 minutes to do it to y'all. You
Hell
feel what I'm
nah.
saying? You smell me? So at the end of the day, you had a good run, Ole Miss. And this is not me trying to be cocky. This ain't me bragging.
They got a lot
Anything can
going
happen.
on.
Anything can happen when you get between them lines to play this here game called football. However, in my personal opinion, our offense is going to get whatever they want on their defense, and their offense is not going to be ready for how physical we're going to be with them the entire game. In the same way Georgia wore you down the first time because none of your guys had played at that level, including Chambliss, but then the second time y'all played them, you was able to stay in it because you was able to score all of them points. It won't be like that. It will not be like that, and we about to come out and smack shit and lay shit down.
Why is the whole crazy thing about this is, guess what? They only have 5 days of rest, bro. Nobody's gonna mention this because it's all bye weeks. They've been, bro. You just
It
came
ain't
off
even
an
really 5
emotional.
days.
You just came emotional. You just got off an emotional game playing
Hard-hitting
UGA
game.
twice. How you played, bro? And you telling me you gotta go play a nigga that's double the strength of them in 5 days? It's
And
all
you
that
got
rap.
6 guys on your coaching staff
That's what I'm saying. It's
that's
just
kind of in the midst of figuring out what they want to do because
and guess
Lane
what?
Kiffin
They'll go.
putting pressure on them boys because they already signed. Think about this, bro. 6 coaches signed contracts, legally binding contracts to go to LSU. To me, that told me up front, y'all didn't expect to win that game because if you did, you would have already put in the contract, hey, I'm assigned, but my run does not end until the playoffs actually end. So if we go to the Natty, I'm there until then. If we advance, I'm there until then. And
that's why
my thing with that too is when you look at all of it, it ain't even 5 days of rest, bruh. You got the first day. The first day is rest, right?
Recovery.
Then you got to get back home, right? Once you get back home, you're gonna watch the film. When you watch the film, you're gonna practice. It's gonna be a little light. You're gonna come out, have a full practice, and then you gotta fly out. You gotta go to Arizona.
Yeah.
It ain't like they super, bro. You gotta get out there 2 days before the game.
Yeah.
At least.
And
So
that's
they gonna have 1 day of rest, 2.5 days of preparation before they get to Arizona, bro. Boy, you better have your best game plan.
Hey,
this week right here, bro. This week right here, you gotta call it Nick Saban, bro, for the rat poison, Mario, because this is a clear rat poison game for the University of Miami, bro. It's everybody knows on this side of town we've been sweating against Texas and Ohio State. Not saying we couldn't have beat them, but we've been sweating. This is the least sweaty game we done had all the past 5 games, bro. To be real, even in the regular season against Pitt, it was a sweaty game because we didn't know how we would perform when the stakes was on the line. So that was even a sweaty game. Even though we performed, that was a sweaty ass game going into it. Like, bro, we gotta perform now, bro. The rat poison is all on you, bro. Everybody expecting you to win.
Yeah,
this is the easy lay. This should be a layup for you, bro. This is what I'm worried about the most. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about Ole Miss. I'm not worried about nothing else but come in this bitch like you playing Ohio State, bro. In this bitch by halftime. If you come in this bitch like you played against Ohio State, it's over by halftime, bro.
Thank you.
You can chill. I ain't saying chill, but you could chill. Because
was
this ain't
thinking
Ohio
the same,
State. You ain't got to worry about the motherfucker. You ain't got to worry about that. If you just play what you need to do, what you need to do, bro. And that's the only thing I'm scared of is that rat poison, bro.
Yeah,
to be honest,
coming
bro.
in lackadaisical and thinking it's just an automatic bid, but nah, come in, handle business, kill them by halftime, play through the game, but make sure we finish this by halftime so we fully rested for that natty.
You get what I'm saying? Like how you said, Wise. We want everybody to come out this bitch healthy. So if we do what you got to do, put your foot on their necks the first half. Hey, Jacoby, chill for like 2 drives, like in and out. Like Bryce, go in there, chill. You know what I'm saying? We need you. Go in there. You feel me? Shit like that, bro. Oh, the corners who don't get no PT, we up 21 or something. Hey, get y'all in there. We might need y'all in the natty, bro. Get in this fire right now because you know they're going to throw all the rest of the game. Get in this fire. So that's all I'm really pressed about, bro.
For me, I'm going to be honest. Score-wise, I don't know what it's going to be by half or by the middle 8. When I said I feel like the game would be over, I'm not even talking about necessarily from the score as much as I'm talking about
dominance.
Yeah. When I keep hitting you, and I tried to tell this to my 7U football team, but you know they didn't understand it as much just yet. But I heard Jacoby Thomas repeat it, so I know they talk about it. He said, "Bro, if I keep hitting you every single time, you gonna want to quit." And that's exactly what we seen even with a NFL player in Cardell Tate. He kept getting hit and he quit. He quit on his guys. And I'm bringing this up to say, bruh, we ain't got to worry about rat poison. I know this is the first time in the playoffs Miami is actually favored, but in my opinion, I don't think you have to worry about the rat poison only because
a natty on the line.
The players you got.
Natty is on the line. The
I know what you're
stakes
saying.
are so
I know what you're
high.
saying.
And
I know what you're saying.
Mario almost went off on the media, and he almost went off on the outside world after we won the Cotton Bowl. I don't know if you've seen that, but he was like, I ain't gonna even say it. They hear it all. They see it all. So all I'm saying, I don't think it's a rat poison situation. We know what's on the line. If this would have been a regular ACC game or a regular game, cool. But the one thing I will say too, since Mario has been here, the only big game that Miami has lost since we've been competing, let me say that. So over the last 2 years, since we've been competing, the only big game we lost was Syracuse. We have not lost any other game where stakes or was on the line or it was a big ranked opponent. Syracuse.
And honestly,
6-0 against the top 25 this year, bro.
And let's be for real. He had him that game too prepared, 21 zip. So I wouldn't even call that because he's still.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's not even that they weren't ready. We came out firing on all cylinders. How it happened. So my whole point is, the last time we wasn't in a game was in 2023.
Yeah, I know you're talking only one possession. Yeah, all out the game we lost is one possession.
State.
Yeah,
2023. That's the last time the Miami Hurricanes have not been in a competitive game where we had an opportunity to win. So all I'm saying is this: I ain't worrying about rat poison. I want our guys to be healthy, and I just want us to execute. That's the only thing where it's like the margins are still small, even though you're not playing the best defense. That's all I want the offense to understand. The defense, I know is going to come out, but the margins are still small, and I expect them to operate like the margins are still small. I got Miami winning the game 38-20. I think this is going to be over with pretty. I don't even want to say pretty quick. By the time the middle 8 is over, the game is going to be within hand. And I got Miami 38-20. I think Ole Miss scores a later touchdown. But while it's in the thick of it, I got Miami pretty much 28-13 while the game matters. And then after that, we get a couple more points. They get one more score. And that's how I see it. I think we control Chambliss. Yeah, I got 38-20. I think we control Chambliss. He still is going to do what he does, but I think we're going to limit the big plays. And if we get super physical with Lacey, we can take him out of the game. He is the one where I'm like, if we don't have the right run fits, and he breaks something, then
Yeah,
it
he hit.
becomes a little
Bro,
problematic.
I see how he run, bro. He hit that hard. Like, he hit that hole. Like, when he
run
sees,
hard.
bro,
When
he
he see the
smack it,
hole,
bro.
he hit it,
Bro,
and that's
I'll
why.
be like, God. He be like
Listen,
a blur.
if he hit a hole like that, and we come through and clean him up, I don't know how
He out of
much
there.
more of
That
that he
shoulder
gonna
Yeah,
do.
he
gone.
out of there. No. Yeah,
That
he out
shoulder
of there. For
gone.
sure. For
But
sure, he out of there.
but
But he be hitting that big, boy.
hey, cause he hit that hole and you got Jacoby or Poison coming in hitting him at the
Or
same time.
Torrey, what if Torrey get a clean
Torrey
down the hill shot on? Because see, he flies through the hole. If he do that and he run into Torrey, I'm expecting a fumble. First of all, we gonna go ahead and get that out the way. The same way Georgia came downhill and hit him, and he fumbled, and it wasn't even no crazy hit. They just
That's
put
how
a
you
hat
know
on the
his shoulder
ball.
still messed up.
Nah, boy, I'm expecting to see it. But how y'all see this playing out, man? I just told y'all, Miami 38-20.
So I'm gonna be honest with my score is gonna be.
Yeah.
I truly believe it. If Ole Miss get any amount of points, it'll be at most 14. But I'm gonna go with 10. And I'm 10 Ole Miss and Miami will score 34. Because I feel like we're due a game where our offense just go bananas. Because the last two games, we was, you know what I'm saying, Mark Fletcher had to do all the heavy lifting. Now I feel like the whole offense finna go bananas this next game against Ole Miss, because for one, it's always talking about how the SEC is the most dominant conference, and in Miami we ain't the S word because we in the ACC, we never won the ACC. But guess what? We trying to put natties on the table, and next game we trying to kill it by halftime. So total score by the end of the game gonna be 34-10 Miami way.
I'm gonna just say 31-17. They get 17 points. I feel like they probably get 10 in the first half, 7 in the second half, or opposite, either or. But probably about 17 points. Like I said, we got a real meltdown if they get more than 17, just off of just knowing the preparation and the level that we playing at right now. So like I said, yeah, SMU looked a certain way and all that, but they only got 20 looking like that. Everybody say, oh, Louisville got off, but they only had 22 or something like that. Like, it's not too much that you can really do against this defense for you to put up numbers, especially with how Heatherman plays. He keeps everything in front of him. So even if he let you drive all the way down the field, that same zone that you drove all the way down the field with, now you can't score in the red zone in, because that's what it's made to do, to make you do a 10-12 play drive. Now you're in the red zone. Now you got to squeeze every pass. Every pass has to be squeezed. Like, so I don't see how they beat that, because they have no run game. So like I said, our four linemen can stop the run, I feel like, unless they do a +1 with Chambliss. That's the only way I can see. We haven't mentioned that to where if they do draw plays or something like that with Lacey, that's going to open it up. Other than that, I don't see nothing being a success enough to get past 20 points. And like I said, like you said, Miami is due for an explosion game. Like, we have played – a lot of people know Texas A&M defense wasn't the best, but guess what they was? They was the best on third down. And I honestly feel like this the NFL – no, not NFL, guys. The football gods is because they set us up for success. When we played Texas A&M, how bad were we on third down? Because there was a good third down team. We were below average. But guess what that set up for? All the third downs that we had against Ohio State, we went over 50%. So we already was prepared. Like, we just faced a third down team that what we need to do is what we need to do. And we had some success against them. It's no way we shouldn't have success against Ohio State. And it proved to be true to us. Like, bro, 50% on third downs is crazy. When you have
Ohio
14
State
of
is
them.
one of the best third down teams as well, too. Like, Texas A&M was the best. But Ohio State was one of the best. They was only giving up 8 points a game. They was only giving up 80 yards a game. And the offense put up 17 on them, and that was even with Fletcher fumbling down as close as we
at the
got.
20-yard line. But you know what the key was? Like I said, people aren't saying Beck ain't have a good game, bro. I feel like Beck had an excellent game, because what he did this game is what he could have done all year to even open up this offense even more. This little 3-4 yards that he took soon as it wasn't open, that's what opened up everything else. And we played Ohio State. If he do that against Ole Miss, right, it's a cakewalk, because Ole Miss don't have the talent, bro. Like, if he just do that, everything over the top is his. He got to know, like, hey, I take this little shit now, it's gonna make everybody come down, even if it's 3 or 4 yards. Because if it's 3rd and 5, you gotta account for him.
Hey.
So it's gonna open everything up. Like I said, and I think Beck has seen that. And honestly, I think Dawson just said fuck it too, because Dawson said it too in the interview. Beck been saying this all year. This is what he want to do. Dawson been saying chill. Beck been saying, bro, I gotta do this. This is this is what it's gonna have to be. This is what it's gonna have to be. And Beck has showed like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do now. And he showed all game.
Because he ran through that man for that first down. Because the first time they made us punt the ball. Somehow he didn't get the first down, which he did get it.
That was Vegas, bro.
I know. We talked about Vegas,
bro.
You know, put that call in, but that was gonna be a 21 zip.
Listen, you up 14-0 on the defending champs, and you just ran it for a first down, and that was at the time where JJ done slammed his helmet. He ain't talking to nobody. They fighting
riding the bike. Yeah,
everything
crazy.
was going crazy. They made that call. They say, nah, it's gonna get too out of hand. If they go up 21 Zuki, then folks turning it off and all of that. So,
bro, I ain't gonna lie. If we would have beaten them, bro, I ain't gonna lie. JJ would have walked off the field. JJ probably would have walked off the field, bro. I never seen that upset, bro, to the fact of like, bro, he ain't talking to nobody, bro. Come on, we talking about JJ now, one of those humblest people to how much of your team player, to all this shit, to you telling me the first quarter, this nigga on the sideline throwing his helmet, riding the bike, not talking to nobody.
That was second quarter when we went up 14-0 on them.
Yeah, second.
No, but I'm saying after the first quarter, like it only took 1 quarter for you to really be like, bro, y'all fucking up, bro. I'm mad as fuck now. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was in the second, but it only took 1 full quarter. Like for him it wasn't a half, it wasn't in the second half. Like you telling me you played 1 quarter, you this mad? Oh yeah, it was gonna be problems, bro.
Fighting like that, bro. He like, man, how am I only one fighting?
Hey, real quick,
he only nigga showed up. I fight too.
Real quick, I'm gonna say this. I think that, and we'll cut it here shortly, but Ohio State's level of physicality to me was impressive. That was the first time we played a team all year where I felt like they were just as physical as us. And I'm talking about their defense specifically. Every time Mally got that ball, all you heard was bah.
And that nigga, bro.
I almost jumped through the TV, bro. They hit my little nigga like that, bro.
Bro, it's only 2 players. It's only 2 players I wanted off their team after that game, bro. Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith. It was nobody else I could say like, oh, I want them niggas on our team over our dudes. No, and nobody else over my niggas except Caleb Downs and JJ. And honestly, Caleb Downs is kind of wishy-washy because it's like, I ain't gonna lie. Like I told Hollywood, Jacoby Thomas has shown me everything of what Caleb Downs is doing.
Only person I really like
would be
Jeremiah Smith. My bad.
I really like Sonny Styles. And I would for sure, if McDonald was over here, he would be the best defensive tackle we had.
McDonald. Okay. Yeah, McDonald. Yeah, McDonald.
After the 2 you said tonight, I would only take Jeremiah Smith. I like our DBs over Downs, even though Downs is a dog, but our DBs, our safeties, I feel like performed at a higher level this year based off.
No, for sure. I mean, bro, Caleb Downs had a great freshman season, probably one of the best freshman seasons I can ever remember a safety having, just stat and impact wise. But since then, like, for example, this year, the man had 60 tackles, 2 picks, and didn't have no good impact play the whole season, bro. Like, that's cool. That's whatever. 60 tackles ain't best safety in America. I don't care how you want to slice it.
He won a Thorpe Award, right?
No, I don't think he won a Thorpe. I think somebody else might.
I don't think he. Hold on.
Well, if he was, I think he was in a running, right?
He definitely was a finalist, most likely,
because of
the team he playing on. They defend the national championship. He was a 2-time All-American. All of that stuff. It sound good. It looked good for the Thorpe Award.
We know at the end of the day, 2.
I'm taking Jacoby Thomas, and I'm gonna say this too.
Nah,
shout out
at least 2 on our team.
Nah, he won the Jim Thorpe Award, bro.
He won the Thorpe Award.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
60 tackles.
Yes, I knew it.
So honestly, bro, honestly, he won it with only 45. 60. Yeah, the assist. Okay, yeah, 68 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions. Yeah, he won.
Yeah, he didn't have. So that means he won the Thorpe Award with less than 60 tackles because the
That's the
Thorpe
stats now.
Award.
2 games.
Yeah, that was 2 games since then.
What he did
The
last year.
Do they do
championship
it?
game.
Do they do it before the championship game or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. They did it for the
Okay,
championship
yeah, they
game.
do. Yeah, so he
Yeah.
won the Thorpe Award with
What was
50
his stats
tackles.
last year?
Man, he had 80, like 80 something tackles, and then his freshman
Yeah,
year he had
last year
100
he was,
tackles.
bro. That's
Yeah,
why I
he
say
was
Ohio
balling
State
last year.
defense.
So that's what I'm saying.
The
They
Ohio
gave
State
him that
defense
shit off
last year
of
was
past
last year off of.
performance.
Yep, that's what Wise was
Hey,
saying. He got
but
2 All-Americans back to back. That's why he got that. Just
hey,
because
but
of what he did last year and this year. It wasn't just off of this year, bro. It's no way.
hey, but check this out too, real quick, right? I want to give a shout out to the staff for the evaluations that they made. I seen something online, and I felt like it was so true. When we got Jacoby Thomas, it was a lot of Tennessee people talking shit. Basically, they was not even basically, they was saying that he was trash, um, and he didn't play well there, and all of that stuff. When we got Keontae Scott, it was a lot of Auburn fans saying that he was garbage. He wasn't good. He was only good for explosive plays, like punt return and stuff like that. So the
Right.
reason why I'm, giving a shout out for that in particular is because Keontae said when they talked to him, everything they told him has come true. And clearly they saw what they wanted to see on film to know. They obviously needed to meet the young man, but they saw what they needed to see on film to know that guy is going to work in this defense. And for him to come here and be playing at an all-American level, and for Jacoby Thomas to have started at Middle Tennessee, go to Tennessee and not play too much. He played against Ohio State last year in that game where Tennessee got the doors blown off him when Jeremiah was just bombing them. People didn't even realize that. He saw JJ last year when he was just bombing Tennessee up and down the field. But I'm saying all of that to say this even comes down to with the Sharif Denson thing where he hit the portal, obviously from Florida, and I see people like, man, that jit garbage. I ain't listening to no former fan bases about no evaluations on
If
no
my
players,
staff is
dog.
looking at him,
If my
Bro,
staff want them
fans
guys,
are fans, bro. They talk
then
out of their ass
sign
all
them
the time.
guys up. If my staff
hey,
want them, then go get them because Jacoby Thomas,
you
bro,
know,
even when we got, even with, let's go back to the spring. Oh, we got him. He's super physical. We know he can thump. He struggles in coverage. That was the initial tape that even the staff had on him. And then when
hey,
they got him here,
2 months later, he
they was
locking up
like,
tight ends,
wait, huh?
bro.
And
Hey,
it's just,
the
it's the
boy
scheme.
NFL
It's the
talent straight
scheme.
up.
It's how you
It's
coach it.
this,
It's what you doing.
but you know why? This is why I say
How
it
you coach
so,
them.
bro. You can't do nothing but respect because also it's also what they do on the field, bro. You cannot coach that mentality, bro. You cannot coach a person to be how
Throw it off
crazy
like
these
that. Yeah,
niggas. Bro, these
they
niggas is
is,
loose.
bro.
These niggas got loose screws, bro. I was showing my girl these niggas play like it's no tomorrow every play. I be like, bro, them niggas ain't. Bro,
Bro,
just me growing up, bro. I ain't say I play scared, bro. But I'm always like, when I'm going to hit or something, I'm thinking about not being hurt. Bro, these niggas don't care nothing
bro,
about that.
I
Nigga, they
love it.
gone. They
Hey,
mentally gone, bro. And I'm
bro,
like, yeah, bro. That's why you vet players, bro, and see how they are mentally. You saying that we didn't lie to them, they didn't lie to us either. Clearly, bro. They came with that mentality because they can lie and say, yeah, I'm a dog. Yeah, I love football. And then Mario believe it because that's all he can go by. They
hey,
have proven like this is who I am. Like, and that's why I told Hollywood the other night, bro. How do Tennessee let a nigga like Jacoby Thomas lead that program, bro?
but you got to respect him too. Know why?
So go
Listen,
ahead, Pat.
Jacoby Thomas, when I didn't notice until you said it, why until you pointed it out that that he had the Sean Taylor thing on his back plate. When he did that, I knew right then and there like his mental is on another level, and then that's why he hit that way. He did his research, he did his homework, he knew what it was to be a safety on Miami. Like that's a Ed Reed, Sean Taylor mentality the way he's playing. Like I'm go bang your fuck ass, and I'm gonna snatch this interception. He might not be the size of Sean Taylor or as fast as Ed Reed, but I ain't put him in a caliber. But the way he's playing, he's playing like he's gonna be being a starter in the NFL on Sundays.
Bro, he may not be fast, but you can tell on tape, on film as a football speed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's definitely fast. Now, running the 40.
Yeah, you don't know what he's gonna test that, but
test that. But on that field,
at their levels,
he get there.
To what you're saying, Pat, the crazy thing
I agree with you, bro. You ain't saying nothing wrong.
He been playing with that the whole season, and nobody found out, I think, until like maybe week 5, or whatever. But I said that to say too, a player that ain't even from here being ingrained enough to understand the history. That kid ain't got no ties to Miami whatsoever. Nope. You know, like you get what I'm saying, for him to put that on his back plate, just knowing like, bruh, but when you go in there and you see who done came through that building and you're not from there, even though you knew it already, it's a little different, bruh. And with what they selling, they telling you, hey, we've been down here. We trying to bring this shit back to glory. Ed Reed ain't from Florida. He from Louisiana.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can make this shit happen.
You can do. You don't have to be a South Florida kid to bring the U. You know what I'm saying? To help bring the U back up to where they was, because it was built around South Florida, but a lot of the key pieces were from across the country always anyway.
Ken Dorsey, Cali, all that shit. And that's what I was saying to her. The mentality, I meant to say, mentality plus the leadership, bro. Like Bane and them need a relief of all the pressure being on them, because Bane not a talker. So you need other players, bro, for Scott, for Jacoby, even Poison, just to show up as in leaders, bro, on the defense, bro. Like I said, bro, the evaluation off of that alone, bro, with the talent, bro, is like I said.
Y'all seen that cinematic recap? Y'all seen that speech?
Man, of course.
Said, hey, my dog said, I know I don't talk a lot.
but he knew what's going on though.
He said, I know I don't talk a lot, but they don't want this shit how we want it, boy. They don't. I said, hey man, go handle business.
By any means necessary. To our last breath, to the last play, we hunt. When we bleed, it's orange and green. War ready is the phrase often used. Around these parts, it's game time. No need to turn back the hands of time. We back like we never left. One thing that'll never change is the brand, the you.